Hondo Boots has been a top cowboy boot brand for 60 years, and this chocolate bullhide boot has been the most sold Hondo style over that time. So today we're gonna celebrate by breaking down the features of this boot to see why it's been so popular over such a long period of time. We're also gonna put it through its paces to see how it holds up today. And if you're watching this video within the first couple of weeks of it being posted, you have a chance to win a brand new pair in your size. Let's get into it.
I'm just here to connect ya, and then I'll be on my way.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeremiah Craig. Welcome back to the channel. And speaking of the channel, why don't you subscribe right now and also like and comment. You know, Hondo has been a mainstay here since I've been doing cowboy boot videos. It seems like I do a video on a pair of Hondos every single year. At least one pair, sometimes way more than that. And they've just come through. They're all built the same, traditionally made, and I'm a huge fan of not only how they are constructed, but the value of these boots. Every single time, it's like what you get for the money is incredible. So I'm really excited to have Hondo back on the channel today, and we're also going to be doing another giveaway for a brand new pair of Hondos for somebody out there watching right now through cartersboots.com. Carter's Boots carries this Hondo right here, the 8555, and many other Hondo styles, and you can save 10% when you shop at cartersboots.com and use my code JeremiahCraig at checkout. Today we're going to be going through the features of this classic Hondo boot and then putting it to work to see how it holds up. And we always start with the rundown. All right, this is the Hondo model number 8555, and it features a bullhide foot and counter. The bullhide that Hondo uses is always a joy to break in. The color here is chocolate, and it's a very dark brown and almost kind of looks black. So this could be a good boot for the ranch and also a good dress boot as well. Down here for a toe, we have the Hondo 5-toe, which is equivalent to a U-toe, so pretty much just an average round toe here. It comes in at 13 inches tall with chocolate bovine tops, matching that bullhide foot and counter. Down here for a heel, we have a Hondo 3 heel, which is 1 5/8 inches, and this is real stacked leather down here. None of that robust or bonded leather stuff that you'll find on many other boots in this same price range. For outsole, we have a leather outsole down here with lemonwood pegs and brass nails alongside that shank there, and it's also on there with a Goodyear welt. So when you happen to run through this leather outsole, which you eventually will, you can get a resole fairly easily. That's what's great about these old brands and traditionally made boots in general, is that you can get them repaired super easy. So they will last for years, maybe decades sometimes. On the inside, we got a bovine leather lining. And a good thing about the cowhide or bovine leather in here is that it breathes better than pigskin, for example, or cloth. So it breathes really well, and it's super soft as well. And for an insole, we have a traditional hard leather insole in here. So it is a hard surface on the inside. So if you're new to cowboy boots, just recognize that it will be a little bit shocking. It's a very hard surface when you first put your foot in there, but it will break in and feel incredible. The more that you wear a traditionally made pair of boots, the more comfortable it will become. Hondo boots are made in Mexico, and these are coming in at $290 at cartersboots.com. But when you use my code JeremiahCraig at checkout to save 10%, the price comes down to $261, which is an incredible deal for a traditionally made pair of boots like this. Now, let's see how they hold up and put them to work. It's another cold, wet day for the Hondos, but luckily it's always beautiful here in Andover, New York, with Sue and Rick.
I'm Rick Bull.
I'm Susan Bull, and we're at Bull Montrose 6 Farms. So here, right behind us in the barn, we board horses, and we have spaces available to board horses.
Right now, immediately today, we have 4 that we could put horses in. With some juggling, we could add 6.
We also have 3 funny, lovely little minis on the side of the barn that we're looking to have some parties. So we're looking for kids that want to have fun birthday parties and maybe just a family event, something fun and different.
And we're working with these cute minis today, building a door to their stalls for easier access outside. It sure is a muddy one too, working right on the side of the barn where the rain and snow drips off the roof. But that won't stop these Hondos, or us for that matter, putting together this door for the minis. With the frame of the door built, we put it into place with hinges, and after some of Roy's boogers on the camera, voila, she swings easy and free. I love how these minis are so curious and fun-loving, especially Priscilla, so I had to take a selfie with the famous girl. Okay, enough selfies, time to cut the board for the door frame. It's nothing crazy, it's just a barn door, so we line it up, put some screws in it while standing in the cold mud. And our audience certainly wanted the best seats possible to see the work coming along, and they seemed pleased when the door was done. But they didn't know that we still needed to put a latch on the door and close off the rest of the wall. After some drilling into these old hardwood beams, the latch was installed, and next was closing off the rest of the opening, which we made quick work of. All done. Next, it was time to clean the stalls, and with all this change, Roy was wondering, what the heck is happening? Don't worry, Roy, everything will be back to normal soon as we get a fresh layer of sawdust down for you. As long as Priscilla doesn't escape first. It takes 2 wheelbarrows full to finish out the stall, so I spread it out quick before going back and getting some more. Then I dumped the rest and spread it out to Priscilla's liking, and once she was pleased, she lined up next to me so I could record our feet for a YouTube video. Then we went to clean out the other stalls, and there's really not much to say about this since you've seen me do this several times on this channel, so here's Sue sharing the story behind getting this farm.
This property is new to us. We've been here for 6 weeks. We actually discovered this property even though it was 1.5 miles from our previous home. This property spoke to Rick about 1.5 years ago, and he felt like it was going to be ours. And it didn't make any sense that it would work out that way, but sure enough, here we are. And it's just under 50 acres with this beautiful barn, a riding arena, and lots of pasture for the horses.
Once the last stall was clean, it was time to dump all the muck up the hill with the tractor. Rick asked me if I wanted to do it, and of course I said yes. So up the hill we go at a leisurely pace. And since I had the GoPro in my mouth, I didn't get the best shot, but Sue took a pic from the barn. Then it was back down the hill with the incredible views of Bull Montrose 6 and the Hondos on the gas pedal to lead us back to the barn, where we called it a day.
If you're interested in boarding horses or renting the arena, being part of the activities we have going on here, you can give me a call. Call Rick at 716-307-0233.
You can find us on Facebook at Bull Montrose 6 Farms. And if you want to be one of our first partiers with the minis, send us a message or give us a call. We'd love to work with you.
What a spectacular day it was in these Hondo 8555 boots. Huge thanks to Rick and Sue for letting me help out on a cold weekend in Andover, New York. If you're in the Finger Lakes region and are looking for horse boarding, maybe arena rental, or some parties with the mini horses, please reach out to them. They are great people, and those mini horses are incredible. I don't know what it is about these Hondo videos, but I always seem to have some crappy weather when I'm doing videos about Hondos. Every single time. But they hold up every single time too. Now, using a leather cowboy boot in wet conditions like that with the barnyard asses, it's gonna rot out a boot like this really, really fast. So you're better off using muck boots on a regular basis, but it will break in a cowboy boot like this real fast, and you start to get the idea of how a boot is constructed. But before we get into that, let's clean up the boots really quick. So what I'm gonna do here is use some saddle soap. And once that's done, it's important to condition the boots. I like Bic 4 for this, but Bull Hide is good with nearly all types of smooth leather conditioners. The wet weather and barnyard acids also makes the edge of the boot a little lighter, so let's use some edge dressing to bring the color back into these soles and heels. And there you go, they're ready for a fancy night out in the town after a nasty day in the barn. I've done enough videos on Hondo at this point to develop the opinion that they are the best value cowboy boot in their price range. The construction is awesome, the stitching and glue holds this boot together so so well. My feet didn't even get wet standing in those puddles. Now this is not a waterproof boot. As the boot breaks in, more and more water is going to find their ways through the stitching here on the welt, on the toe bug, you know, in different areas, water will find a way through. But when I first got this boot on, and the construction of this boot, how tight the stitching is, how good the glue is that they use, and didn't have any problems with the wet weather from the get-go, it just speaks to how well this boot is constructed right out of the box. Plus, the bull hide is not only tough, but it looks great too. It shines up great. The pebble grain, once it's shined up, kind of gives you the vibe of an exotic boot. So this makes for a great work boot and dress boot. It seriously covers all bases. For sizing here, I went with a 12.5 B width. That's a narrow width size. And I went with a 12.5 B this time because I like to wear thick socks. I like the Thorlos 12-hour work shift socks, and the other 12B Hondos that I have were a little bit tight when I decided to wear those thicker socks. So I wanted something a little bit more roomy for those thicker socks. I found that a lot of times Hondo boots do fit true to size, although some people find that they do have to size up a half a size depending on the toe shape of the boot. If you're going with a square toe cowboy boot, you might be fine with your true size, maybe even sizing down half the size just because of the way that square toes work. But for the most part, Hondos fit true to size. So to get down to it, my opinion of Hondo has not changed at all from this video. Hondo boots are seriously the best value boot that you can get under $300 by far. And if you're watching this video in the first couple of weeks of it being posted, you have a chance to win a pair of these Hondo 8555 boots in your size. Here's what you have to do to enter. Number 1, like this video so it gets into the algorithm and more people find it. Number 2, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. If you've already subscribed, you can skip this step. And number 3, why don't you fill out the form at the link in the description so I have your email in case you do win. And then on Thursday, December 19th at 8 p.m., I'm going to announce the winner on a Boots and Ballads live stream. There's gonna be music. We're gonna talk boots. I'm gonna have prize pack giveaways as well. It's a great time. Don't miss it. It's an awesome live stream. You're gonna love it. Ask anybody in the comments. It's a great time. Thanks to cartersboots.com for being my partner on this giveaway. Remember, you can always save 10% at cartersboots.com when you use code JEREMIAHCRAIG, no spaces. Thanks to everybody watching today. I'll catch you on the next one, and good luck in the giveaway. Peace.
Hondo boots at Bull Montrose 6. Barn door for the minis with a quick fix. Whether it's a night on a town or a day in the sticks, these Hondo boots do the trick. Hey. Thank you so much for watching today. Why don't you check out this other Hondo boots video? It's a day of nasty weather. Or I got a music video down here I think you might enjoy. Subscribe up here and I will see you next time. Peace. Have a good one.